Good morning everyone and welcome to Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Opening Bell. I'm Santosh Nair. Overall sentiment continues to remain jittery as the market has been unable to sustain at higher levels. Yesterday, yet again, the Nifty closing in the red. All eyes will be on the Fed Chair Jerome Powell's speech later this evening, and the US market sold off sharply yesterday, largely expecting in anticipation of hawkish comments from the Fed. And back home, the focus is largely likely to be on corporate earnings and also developments in the Adani groups. The key earnings to watch out during the day today include those of Bharti Airtel, Hero Motocorp, Ambuja Cements, Adani Ports, Adani Green Energy and NDTV. The SGX Nifty futures are indicating a positive opening for major indices. Last evening US markets fell they came under weakness yet again, and back home again foreign institutional investors continue to be more active on the sell side. They dumped close to about 1,200 crore rupees worth of shares in the cash segment. In the derivatives market, we are seeing build up of long positions in VI, Indus Stars, Alchem and Navin Fluorine, and short positions are being built up in futures of Interglobe Aviation, MCX and Escorts. A quick look at some of the newsmakers this morning. Ultratech Cement has commissioned 1.5 million ton brownfield cement grinding unit at Jharsuguda in Odisha, and with this the total cement capacity in Odisha for the company has risen to 4.1 million tons per annum. BLS International Services reported its third quarter numbers yesterday. Revenues up sharply, almost 93% to 438 crores. The operational performance has been quite strong. Operating profits were up about 160% year on year to 66.3 crore rupees, and sharp improvement in operating margins as well, up 390 basis points to 15.1%. Tejas Networks has turned corner at the operating level in the third quarter. Revenues were up 156% to 274 crore rupees. EBITDA came in at 8 crore rupees versus a loss of 28.3 crore during the same period last year, while consolidated net loss narrowed to about 11 crore. They were about 24.3 crore last year. And a quick check on the markets this morning. Indices are flat in early trades. Overall market breadth is quite positive. 1266 stocks up and about 378 stocks down. Nifty down by about 5 points at 17,760. The Sensex is also flattish, just about at 60,500. Nifty midcap is showing some strength in early trade. The index is up by about 0.25%, while Nifty Bank is up by 0.2%. And among the prominent laggards early on in the day, we have Tech Mahindra, Sun Pharma, HUL, all which are down by close to about 0.2%. And with that, let's move back to the stocks in focus. Now, in brokerage bets, UBS has rated Bank of Baroda as neutral with a price target of 196 rupees. The stock has been one of the best performers in the PSU space over the last couple of months. However, UBS has said that the margins during the third quarter were quite muted for Bank of Baroda. On the positive side, its exposure to the Adani group is not very huge, just about 0.7% of the total loan book. But one of the cause for concern is that its wholesale term deposits have been growing at a much faster rate than retail deposits. So what that means basically is that the cost of funds for Bank of Baroda would be slightly higher than if much of the growth in deposits were on the retail side. The management has said that it's confident in sustaining asset quality and net interest margins. However, UBS is of the view that the stock is already trading at about 0.8x of estimated price to book value for FY24, and if the stock needs to be re-rated from here, remember it's already had a very good run, but if it still needs to climb from these levels, then the bank needs to show a much more sustained core improvement in its return on assets. And now let's move over to the stocks in limelight this morning. Tata Steel revenues were down about 6%. EBITDA also down sharply about 73%. EBITDA margins. So on all fronts, the stock has disappointed the street. It also reported a net loss of 2,223 crores. This was largely, the surprise loss was on account of a non-cash deferred tax outgo, but the bigger concern is the pressure on operating margins. Now, there were quite a few upgrades from leading brokerage houses early this month, but if you look at the stock price, it has not really gone anywhere and continues to trade in the 110 rupees to 120 rupee band. Hindalco is the other stock in limelight today. The Novelis has reported a drop in its operational performance. Again, net income also sharply lower at down by about 95% at $12 million, again below what market was expecting. Adjusted EBITDA came in at $341 million, which was down about 33% year on year. Now, according to Jefferies, the numbers clearly were well below expectations, and Novelis expects these headwinds to continue for a few more quarters. Although the company believes that the third quarter was the trough quarter, and it expects EBITDA to improve in the fourth quarter. Last stock on a watch list this morning is LIC Housing Finance. Again, weak set of numbers there. Net profit down by about 37% at 480 rupees. Net interest income was up about 10% at 1,605 crore rupees, while gross NPAs has come down not very sharply, slightly. It's now come in at 4.76% compared to 4.9% during the same quarter last year. According to CLSA, the net profit was dragged lower because of higher than expected credit costs, and those credit costs were purely due to an increased provision coverage ratio. And that's all that we have in this episode of Opening Bell. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with you again at 3:30 this afternoon.